Hello children of class 1. Welcome to this week's video on computers. This week we will complete revising chapter number 3, parts of a computer. Last week we did this. We revised the 4 main parts of a computer, desktop computer. They were monitor, keyboard, mouse and CPU. Today we will revise about the printer, scanner, speaker and headphone. The 4 main parts of a computer are this: monitor, keyboard, mouse and CPU. You can't have a desktop computer without these 4 main parts. Have you ever seen a computer without a mouse, without a monitor, keyboard, CPU? It's impossible. So if you have a desktop computer, these 4 parts will always be there. But along with these, there are many more parts, many more devices which can be added to these 4 parts. They are all connected to the CPU cabinet. Okay, these devices are also useful and they are attached to the CPU cabinet if there is a need for any of them. There are many such devices, but today we will talk about only 4 of them. And the first one we will talk about is the printer. Now the printer is used to take a printout on paper. Let's take a printout on paper. Now we all know what a monitor is. You draw something, you type something, it comes on the screen. Who can see it? The person who is sitting in front. The school has to give you one notice. So first it will be typed on the computer. Rosie Miss will type it in her computer. But then only Rosie Miss can see that notice. How will all the children see it? Because then it has to be printed on the paper. So a machine called the printer has to be attached. Paper has to be put in like this. White paper has to be put in. Inside that paper, commands has to be given on the computer and something printed will come out. The second point says the output from a printer is called hard copy. And this is one such hard copy I have here. Okay, this one is in color. Usually they are in black and white. So watch a small video in which you will see how a printer works. Watch this printer. This is the printer is open. Paper is being put and commands are being given from the computer, and a picture of something on the monitor, I think it's a picture of some meter box or something, will now be printed on your printer. The next device is the scanner. What is a scanner? A scanner is a machine that reads text or pictures printed on paper and stores them in a computer. Okay. Now here is the difference between a printer and a scanner. In a printer, what is there on the screen will come on the paper. And in a scanner, you take a paper with some picture or some words on it, put it in the scanner, and then that picture or the text in the paper will come on the screen. So scanners are used to scan books, magazines, photographs, and then those pictures which are there in those magazines or books, they can be put in the computer and you can put them as part of your document, okay, or you can put them in different programs, or if you have some very old photographs of your grandfather, great grandfather, you can scan them, store them in the computer, use some softwares like Photoshop to correct them, to color them, and then print them out again. Now here, after this, you will watch a small video which will show how a scanner works. Here an uncle will take some photographs, he will put them in the scanner, he will give some commands on his computer, and the photos that are there, the pictures that are there in those which he has put in the scanner, that will come on the screen. So happy watching.
None of that on the scanner bed. So what you do is you go ahead, you flip the photos over, put them on the scanner bed. With this particular photo scanner, I can do multiples, which is good because this is a laborious and tedious project. So we close up the scanner bed. I'm going to click the thumbnail and click preview. This allows us to see exactly what the photo scan will look like without having to commit the photos to memory. This is always a good idea because the actual scanning process takes longer than the preview process, and it's always a good idea to not waste time when doing this process. So we can go ahead and flip the images, make sure they are exactly what we thought they would be. So we have two black and white images here, which actually...
Now both the monitor and the printer, they show you something. What comes on the monitor, you can see it. A paper comes out of the printer, you can see what is in the picture, or what is in the paper, or you can read what is printed on the paper. But this device is something from which sound comes out. You hear it. Okay? So speakers give out the sound from the computer, or it is used to listen to music. Point 2, they come in pairs. As you can see in the picture, there are two of them. So whenever you attach speakers to a computer, you always attach two speakers. Sometimes we add one more, but usually they come in pairs. One thing I like to tell you, if you have a smartphone, if you have a laptop, or if you have a tablet, you don't need these because they all have speakers inside them. Only these desktop computers, usually they don't have any speakers inside them. So you need to attach them. And how do you attach them? You attach them with the cable to the CPU or the CPU cabinet. Okay. In fact, all these devices, printer, scanner, they are all connected to the CPU cabinet. Oh, by the way, all speakers are not connected. We have something called Bluetooth speakers, you may have heard of them. Bluetooth speakers are not connected with cables. They come without a cable. You can keep your computer in one room and have the Bluetooth speaker in another room and listen to music. I suppose you know what these are. These are headphones. And as the first point says, they are worn over the ears. They are also used to listen to sounds and music stored in the computer. So, you know why? Speakers are nice, but you want to listen to music or you want to watch a movie on the computer, but your father is in the same room and he wants to take a nap, he wants to sleep. How can you sleep if you are listening to music, if you are watching a movie? The answer is the headphone. You plug in this headphone to one side of your CPU cabinet, and you can put it over your head, and the sound only you will be able to hear and others will not get disturbed. So children, with that I come to an end of today's video. Today what did we do? Today we revised about printer, scanner, speakers and headphones. We have finished revising chapter number 3, parts of a computer. From next week, we'll start the revision of the next chapter, chapter 4, do's and don'ts on a computer. Till then, tata, bye bye.